Hi, good evening, everyone. Let me tell you a story about a fellow project manager. We'll call him Arjun. Arjun isn't just any PM. He's sharp, ambitious, and the time he had just earned his first big break. He was handed over a flagship assignment, Project Apex, a complex, high-stakes software platform that was meant to transfer how their clients handle the data. It was sleek, it was bold, it was career-defining. At least it was supposed to be. But instead, it became the kind of project that ends up in one of the PM horror stories. The kind that gets whispered about in conference rooms or either in postmortems of project analysis. The kind that nearly broke him. Today, I want to talk you about Arjun's real story. Not just the mistake he made, but how they happened, why they happened, what you can learn from before you find yourself standing in his shoes. So let's deep dive. It started early. One of Arjun's senior developer approached him cautiously flagging concerns about the tech stack. The guy had over 10 years of experience. He wasn't just being picky. He saw red flags around scalability and performance of the project. But Arjun, he was riding on high confidence and maybe a little ego. He nodded, smiled, and promptly dismissed it. Arjun later confessed to me, "Yeah, I thought if I second guessed myself publicly, they would have seen me as a weak. I didn't realize that ignoring smart people doesn't make you strong, but it makes you blind." That silence spread. People stopped sharing ideas. One missed opportunity turned into a culture of fear. The first mistake, he ignored feedback from the team. Now, Arjun came from a waterfall background, predictable, plan heavy, stage by stage. But Project Apex wasn't a factory floor. It was innovation on steroid, constantly evolving, full of unknowns, perfect for Agile. But Agile scared him. It was new, so he stayed in his comfort zone. That decision became an anchor. Weeks were lost, writing detailed plans that became outdated within days. Change requests snowballed, deadlines slipped, budget ballooned. The team was building a rocket ship, but the instructions were for a bicycle. Mistake number two, he chose the wrong methodology. Midway through the chaos, the deadline started crashing like dominoes. In panic mode, obviously, Arjun did what many of us are tempted to do. He treated his people like interchangeable puzzle pieces. His top designer, who is a true UI UX person, was suddenly tasked with backend database work. Not her strength, but she was free and the backend guy was drowning. So she struggled at first. The backend fell apart. And the moral, everything shot dead. Arjun told me once about this. I thought I was being resourceful, but I was just assigning tasks, not responsibility. So there is a difference. Mistake number three. He misused his team's talent. With roles blurred, the stress gets rising. Chaos crept in. Two of us team's developer, both were brilliant in their work, spent 3 whole days building the same login model. Why? Because they both thought it was their job. 8 hours gone. No RACI chat, no ownership, just noise. Here Arjun admitted, yes, I thought I was creating a collaborative environment for the team. But without clarity, all I had created was mere confusion. Mistake number four, no clear communication or roles. The last one cuts the deepest. Arjun knew deep down that he was overwhelmed, but pride got in the way. He was a project lead now. Asking for help, that felt like failure. But the truth was, refusing to the help was the actual failure. His organizational experienced leaders would have gladly supported him, but he never asked for any help. His silence was the final nail to the project. On the D Day, the grand stakeholder demo was supposed to be a victory lap for him, but the system crawled. It has a lot of glitch. It crashed more than once during that demo. The room was full silent, not in a good kind, obviously, and the project was cancelled the next day because the tired of failure. The company has spent months and thousands of dollars went into waste. Arjun's name. That was not the end of the story, my friend. Arjun has bounced back. So one fine morning, instead of getting fired, Arjun has been called in by his boss, and his supervisor, a true leader, say to him, "Learn from this." And that's what exactly Arjun did. He joined a leadership workshop. He found a mentor. He began a leading not from the fear, but from curiosity. not from control, but from trust to the team. His scares become his strategy going forward. So, my friend, that's all about Arjun's story. But what can you take away from his story? Here is the five mistakes we can recap and we should always avoid. The first one is dismissing the feedback. It always kills the innovation and team trust. If anyone is approaching to you, don't ever do that. Second, sticking with the wrong process. Obviously, it can sabotage your delivery. So choose your process right. Third, misusing of talent, which not only lowers the quality of the deliverables, but it also downs your morale of the team. Fourth one is lack of clear rules, leads to rework and wastage if you don't define who does what. And the last one is refusing for help. It's not a good leadership. It's all about ego. If you are stuck somewhere, ask for the help. Now, finally, the failure story like Arjun's, they definitely are brutal, but they are also more powerful because the real growth, my friend, it doesn't happen in the wins. It happens in the wreckage and the failures. So, if you have seen even a glimpse of yourself in Arjun's story, don't ignore it. Reflect, learn, and grow. And obviously, hey, if you have lived through your own crash and burn moment, I would love to hear about it. Drop me a comment or message in this video or reach out to me on my LinkedIn profile and let's make sure no lessons goes on. Until next time, keep building, keep learning and keep showing up. Scarce and all. Take care. Have a nice, wonderful project management practice.